What if everything you've been told about who you are is wrong? You're not just human. You're a god in disguise, living a human experience. Stay with me, because unlocking this truth will completely change how you see yourself and the world. Imagine you're a god particle wrapped in flesh and bone. Sounds crazy, right? But this shift in perspective could transform everything you think you know about life. You're about to embark on a mind-bending journey that fuses ancient wisdom with quantum science, revealing your true nature. This isn't some new age fluff. It's the foundation of spiritual empowerment, rarely discussed but incredibly powerful. You're on the edge of a transformation that will forever change how you understand yourself and the universe, ready to unlock your godlike potential. Stay tuned till the end for the full revelation and tools to tap into your divine essence. Like and subscribe now, you won't want to miss this. It's time to awaken the limitless God within you and take control of your true destiny. You think you're just flesh and bones? Think again. There's a reason you sometimes feel connected to something greater. Quantum physics has stumbled upon a truth ancient mystics have known for millennia, and it's about to flip your understanding of reality on its head. Are you ready to see yourself as you truly are? Imagine a world where your thoughts actively shape reality. This isn't some vague, abstract idea. Science now provides evidence that this is happening every moment. Enter the double-slit experiment, a mind-bending demonstration that's got physicists questioning everything they thought they knew about reality. Tiny particles behave like waves until they're observed. The moment they're watched, they snap into place as solid particles. It's like reality waits for consciousness to define it, and it gets even crazier. This isn't just some lab curiosity. It's got profound implications for how we understand ourselves and our place in the universe. If particles can exist in multiple states until observed, what does that say about the nature of reality itself? What if your life is just one big quantum experiment, with your consciousness calling the shots? Think about it. Ever had a day where everything seemed to go your way? Or a stretch where nothing worked out? What if that wasn't just random chance, but your thoughts and expectations literally shaping your experience? But let's take it a step further. If your consciousness can influence particles in a lab, what else might it be capable of? This is where science starts to sound a lot like ancient spiritual wisdom. Mystics have been talking about the power of the mind to shape reality for thousands of years. Now, quantum physics is catching up. It's not just about the double-slit experiment either. Quantum entanglement, what Albert Einstein called spooky action at a distance, suggests that particles can be connected across vast distances, instantly communicating regardless of space and time. Sound familiar? It's eerily similar to the spiritual concept of universal consciousness, the idea that all minds are fundamentally connected. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds great, but what does it mean for me? Well, buckle up, because this is where it gets personal. If consciousness shapes reality at the quantum level, and you are consciousness having a human experience, what does that say about your power to shape your life? It means you're not just a passive observer in this celestial drama. You're an active participant, a co-creator. Every thought, every belief, every expectation is potentially shaping the reality you experience. That's a lot of power and a lot of responsibility. But before you start trying to manifest a Ferrari in your driveway, remember, this isn't about magical thinking. It's about recognizing your fundamental nature as a conscious being and the profound implications that come with it. It's about understanding that you're not separate from the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself through your unique perspective. This realization challenges everything society has told you about who you are and what you're capable of. It suggests that your limitations aren't fixed, they're self-imposed. And if they're self-imposed, they can be self-removed. So ask yourself, what beliefs are shaping your reality right now? What stories are you telling yourself about who you are and what you're capable of? Because those stories aren't just idle thoughts. They're the building blocks of your experience. Your beliefs shape your reality, but what shapes your beliefs? Prepare to have your mind blown. There's a reason you sometimes feel connected to something greater, and it's not just in your head. Quantum physics is proving what ancient mystics have been saying for millennia. You're not just a flesh and blood machine, randomly existing in a chaotic universe. You're a divine being, a fragment of universal consciousness experiencing life through a human form. Sounds wild, right? But here's the kicker. Advanced science is backing this up. Now, let's connect the dots. If your consciousness can influence matter at the quantum level, what does that say about your ability to shape your life experience? It means you're not just along for the ride, you're in the driver's seat. But here's where most people get stuck. They've bought into a lie, the illusion of limitation. Society, culture, maybe even your own experiences have convinced you that you're small, powerless, limited. What if I told you that's all smoke and mirrors? You're not limited by your body, your circumstances, or your past. These are temporary experiences, but you, the real you, is eternal. You're what mystics and quantum physicists alike might call a God particle, a spark of the divine experiencing life through human form. It's a perspective that can radically transform your entire life. When you recognize your true nature, you shift from victimhood to empowerment. Those challenges that seemed insurmountable, they become opportunities for growth, catalysts for remembering your limitless nature. Think about it. How many times have you held yourself back because you believed you weren't capable, worthy, or ready? Those weren't truths. They were stories. Stories you told yourself based on a fundamental misunderstanding of who you are. But changing your story isn't always easy. Your mind, conditioned by years of limiting beliefs, might resist. It might say, "This sounds great, but it can't be true for me." That's okay. Growth happens at the edge of discomfort. But what does this mean for you? It means you're not separate from the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself through your unique perspective. Your thoughts, your actions, your very being ripples out and affects the whole. This realization is both empowering and challenging. It means every thought, every belief, every expectation is potentially shaping the reality you experience. That's a lot of power and a lot of responsibility. But don't worry, you don't have to figure this all out on your own. There are practical methods for transcending these illusory limitations, for tapping into your true nature as a divine being. And in the next section, we're going to explore some of these powerful techniques. Think you're limited by your physical body? Think again. There's a dimension of yourself you've been neglecting, and it's time to wake it up. This isn't some woo-woo nonsense. It's a scientifically proven method for tapping into your true potential. Are you ready to see what you're really capable of? Your connection to this universal energy isn't just theoretical. It's something you can experience right now, in this very moment. How? Through the power of meditation and mindfulness. These aren't just trendy buzzwords. They're ancient techniques for accessing your divine nature, backed by modern science. Meditation isn't about emptying your mind or chanting mantras. It's about observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations. It's about noticing how they come and go while something in you remains constant. That constant awareness, that's your connection to the infinite. Let's try a quick exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Now, instead of focusing on your thoughts, try to notice the space between them. That stillness, that quiet, that's where your true power lies. It's in that gap that you can access your divine nature. This practice isn't just about feeling good. It's about fundamentally shifting your perception of reality. When you tap into this stillness regularly, you start to realize that you're not just your body or your thoughts. You're the awareness that observes them. You're part of something much greater. Remember the 0-point field we talked about? This is how you tap into it. By quieting your mind and expanding your awareness, you're literally tuning into the frequency of the universe. You're aligning yourself with the cosmic design. But here's where it gets really interesting. This universal connection isn't just about you. It's about everything and everyone. Your thoughts, your actions, your very being ripples out and affects the whole. Every time you meditate, every time you tap into that stillness, you're not just changing yourself, you're changing the world. Think about how this might affect your daily life. How might your decisions change if you knew they were influencing the entire universe? How might your relationships transform if you saw everyone as connected to the same divine source? This isn't just about feeling good or reducing stress. It's about remembering who you truly are. It's about reclaiming your power as a co-creator of reality. Every time you practice mindfulness, you're not just observing your thoughts. You're observing the universe observing itself through you. But don't worry if this seems overwhelming. Like any skill, it takes practice. Start small. Set aside a few minutes each day to sit in silence and observe your thoughts. Notice the gaps between them. Feel the stillness. With time, you'll start to sense that deeper connection. And here's the exciting part. This is just the beginning. Meditation and mindfulness are the foundation, but there are even more powerful techniques waiting for you. Techniques that can take you beyond the physical, allowing you to explore realms you never thought possible. What if you could feel your godlike nature right now, in this very moment? You've tasted the power of meditation, but what if you could step entirely out of your body? There's a realm beyond the physical where time and space bend to your will. Are you ready to explore the infinite? Your journey into universal consciousness doesn't end with meditation. It's just the beginning. Imagine exploring the cosmos without leaving your bed. It's not science fiction. It's your birthright. Welcome to the world of astral projection and lucid dreaming. These aren't just fancy terms for daydreaming. They're powerful tools that allow you to experience your multi-dimensional nature firsthand. Astral projection is the practice of consciously separating your awareness from your physical body. Lucid dreaming is becoming fully aware within your dreams, able to control and shape the dream environment. People who've mastered these techniques report profound experiences, feelings of bliss, encounters with other beings, access to universal knowledge. Some even claim to have visited other planets or dimensions. Sound crazy? Maybe. But remember, quantum physics is already proving that reality is far stranger than we once thought. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds amazing, but is it safe? The short answer is yes, when approached responsibly. Start with meditation and mindfulness. These practices build the awareness and focus you'll need for astral projection and lucid dreaming. For beginners, try this simple exercise. As you're falling asleep, keep your mind alert while letting your body relax. Focus on the sensation of your body becoming heavy and sinking into the bed. Then, imagine yourself floating upwards. Don't force it, just hold the intention and see what happens. With practice, you might start to feel a vibration or buzzing sensation. This is normal. It's often described as the moment just before separation from the physical body. If you feel fear or resistance, that's okay too. Remember, you're safe. You're simply expanding your awareness beyond its usual limits. These experiences aren't just fascinating, they're transformative. They provide tangible evidence that your consciousness isn't confined to your physical form. Each journey reinforces the truth we've been exploring. You're not just a human having occasional spiritual experiences. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. But here's the truth. You don't need to master astral projection to benefit from this knowledge. Simply understanding that these experiences are possible can shift your perspective. It challenges the belief that you're limited to your physical body and this three-dimensional reality. Think about how this might change your approach to life's challenges. If you knew deep in your bones that you were more than just your body and your thoughts, how would that affect your decisions, your relationships, your sense of purpose? This isn't about escaping reality. It's about expanding your understanding of what reality is. It's about recognizing the vastness of your true nature and bringing that awareness into your everyday life. You think you know who you are? Think again. Science has discovered a hidden field that challenges everything we thought we knew about reality. It's time to question the very fabric of your existence. Imagine an invisible force connecting everything in the universe. Scientists call it the zero-point field. It's not just some abstract concept. It's the foundation of reality itself, and you're part of it. This field is like an ocean of energy, flowing through and connecting all things. It's where matter and consciousness meet. Sound familiar? Ancient mystics have been talking about this cosmic energy for centuries. Now, science is catching up. But here's where it gets wild. Remember quantum entanglement? It's not just a cool physics trick. It's proof that we're all interconnected at the most fundamental level. Particles can instantly communicate across vast distances, defying our understanding of space and time. What if the limits you've accepted about yourself are just an illusion? Your physical body, your thoughts, your circumstances, they're all temporary. The real you is part of this infinite field of energy and information. But how do you experience this for yourself? Meditation and mindfulness are great starts, but there's more. Astral projection and lucid dreaming are powerful tools that let you explore beyond your physical limits. They're not fantasy, they're gateways to experiencing your true, boundless nature. Imagine stepping out of your body, free from physical constraints, or becoming fully aware in your dreams, shaping the environment at will. These aren't just cool tricks. They're ways to directly experience your connection to the universal field. Don't worry if this sounds overwhelming. You don't need to be a master of astral projection to benefit from this knowledge. Just understanding that these experiences are possible can shift your entire perspective. Think about it. How would your life change if you truly believed you were connected to every atom in the cosmos? How would you approach problems? How would you treat others? This isn't about escaping reality. It's about expanding your understanding of what reality is. It's about recognizing the vastness of your true nature and bringing that awareness into your everyday life. And you're not a victim of circumstances, you're a co-creator of reality, tapped into an infinite source of energy and information. Your so-called limitations, they're just stories you've been telling yourself. It's time to write a new story, one where you recognize your true power and potential, one where you see challenges as opportunities for growth, not obstacles, one where you approach life from a place of universal consciousness, not ego. Shifting your perspective is powerful, but it's just the beginning. What if you could completely overwrite the operating system of your reality? It's time to talk about the hidden code that's been running your life and how to reprogram it for good. You've seen how your thoughts shape reality at the quantum level. Now, let's take it a step further. Every belief, every expectation you hold is like a line of code in the program of your life. And guess what? You're the programmer. Think about it. How many times have you held yourself back because you believed you weren't capable or worthy? Those weren't truths. They were instructions you gave to the universe. But here's the good news. If you wrote that code, you can rewrite it. This isn't just positive thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts with your true nature as a divine being. Remember the zero-point field we talked about? That infinite sea of energy you're connected to. When you tap into that, you're accessing the source code of reality itself. But how do you actually do this? Start by paying attention to your thoughts. Notice the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. These aren't just idle musings. They're the building blocks of your experience. Now, here's a powerful exercise to rewrite a limiting belief. Choose one that's been holding you back. Maybe it's, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed." Close your eyes and visualize this belief as a line of code in your mind. Now imagine deleting it and replacing it with a new, empowering belief. Feel the shift in your energy as you do this. This might feel strange at first. Your ego, conditioned by years of limiting beliefs, might resist. That's okay. Remember, growth happens at the edge of discomfort. Keep practicing, and you'll start to see changes in your life that reflect your new program and just changing your thoughts. It's about recognizing your role as a co-creator of reality. You're not just a passive observer in this cosmic drama. You're an active participant, shaping the universe with every thought and intention. This realization brings both power and responsibility. If your thoughts are literally shaping your reality, what kind of world are you creating? Are you programming a life of lack and limitation, or one of abundance and possibility? The choice is yours. But remember, you're not doing this alone. You're tapping into the infinite potential of the universe. As you align your thoughts with your divine nature, you're allowing that universal energy to flow through you, manifesting your desires in ways you might never have imagined. This isn't about forcing outcomes or trying to control everything in your life. It's about setting clear intentions and then surrendering to the wisdom of the universe. Trust that the energy you put out will come back to you in perfect alignment with your highest good. And here's where it gets really interesting. As you rewrite your personal reality code, you're not just changing your individual experience. Remember, we're all connected through the 0-point field. Your shift in consciousness ripples out, affecting the collective reality we all share. Imagine the possibilities if more people understood this truth. If we all recognized our power as co-creators, how might that change the world? It's not just about manifesting personal desires. It's about collectively programming a reality of peace, abundance, and harmony for all. But it starts with you. Right here, right now. Every thought, every belief, every expectation is a line of code in the program of your life. What will you choose to write? You're not just writing code, you're crafting a legend. But most people never realize they're the protagonist in their own hero's journey. What if the challenges you face aren't random, cruel twists of fate, but carefully placed plot points in your cosmic story arc? Think about it. Every obstacle, every setback, every moment of doubt, they're all part of your character development. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're the hero of an epic tale, and it's time you started acting like one. It's a powerful framework for understanding your life's journey, rooted in both ancient wisdom and modern psychology. Joseph Campbell called it the hero's journey, and it's a pattern that shows up in myths and stories across cultures and throughout history. But here's the divine part. It's not just a storytelling device. It's a map for your own spiritual evolution. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to tap into your divine nature, to remember who you really are. Remember how we talked about rewriting your reality code? This is the next level. Instead of just changing individual beliefs, you're reframing your entire life story. You're not just a character in this drama, you're the author, the director, and the star. So how do you start living like the hero you are? First, recognize that every difficulty is a call to adventure. That promotion you didn't get, that relationship that ended, they're not failures, they're plot twists, pushing you towards your true path. When faced with a challenge, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me about my divine nature?" This simple shift in perspective can transform a moment of crisis into a catalyst for growth. But here's where most people get stuck. They understand the concept intellectually, but they struggle to apply it when things get tough. That's because we're conditioned to view challenges as threats, not opportunities. It takes practice to rewire this response. Try this. Next time you're facing a difficult situation, take a step back. Imagine you're watching your life as a movie. What would the hero do in this scene? How would they respond from a place of courage, wisdom, and universal consciousness? This isn't about denying your emotions or pretending everything's perfect. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to life's challenges. You can play the victim, or you can step into your power as the hero. Remember, in every great story, the hero faces trials and setbacks. These aren't random. They're specifically designed to help the hero discover their true strength and purpose. Your life is no different. Those obstacles aren't there to break you. They're there to make you. As you start to view your life through this lens, something remarkable happens. You stop feeling at the mercy of external circumstances. You start to see the bigger picture, the grand design behind your journey. You realize that you're not just stumbling through life, you're on a sacred quest of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. This shift in perspective doesn't just change how you view your problems, it changes how you view yourself. You start to recognize your own divinity, your connection to the universal consciousness we've been talking about. You realize that you're not just a small, limited human being. You're a powerful spiritual entity having a human experience. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your hero's journey isn't just about you. As you overcome your challenges and step into your power, you're contributing to something much bigger. You're playing a crucial role in the evolution of collective consciousness. Think about it. Every time you choose courage over fear, love over hate, understanding over judgment, you're not just changing your own story, you're changing the story of humanity. You're raising the vibration of the entire planet. Think your spiritual journey is a solo adventure. Think again. Every step you take on your path to awakening sends shockwaves through the universe. But here's the kicker. You're not the only one creating waves. Your personal growth isn't just about you. You're part of something much bigger, a cosmic dance of consciousness that's evolving with every breath you take. Remember how we talked about the 0-point field, that invisible energy connecting everything? Well, it's not just connecting, it's communicating. Every thought, every action, every moment of growth ripples out into this field, influencing the entire fabric of reality. You're not just changing yourself, you're changing the world. This isn't just some feel-good idea, it's backed by cutting-edge science and ancient wisdom alike. Quantum entanglement shows us that particles can be instantly connected across vast distances. Now, imagine that on a cosmic scale. Your consciousness isn't isolated, it's entangled with the entire universe. But what does this mean for you? Right here, right now. It means your personal awakening is part of a much larger story. As you grow, as you expand your consciousness, you're contributing to the evolution of humanity as a whole. You're not just a drop in the ocean, you're a wave influencing the entire sea. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how one person's mood can affect an entire room? That's this principle in action, but on a much smaller scale. Now, imagine that amplified across the entire planet. Your shift in consciousness, your moments of insight and growth, they're all rippling out, touching lives you may never even meet. This is where it gets really exciting. Craig Hamilton, a pioneer in collective awakening, says, "There are dimensions of self that a person might never experience on their own. This means that as we grow together, we unlock potentials that we couldn't access alone. Your personal journey isn't just about you, it's about all of us. But here's where most people get stuck. They think, I'm just one person. How can my actions possibly make a difference? That's your ego talking, trying to keep you small. The truth is, every great movement, every shift in human consciousness, started with individuals just like you, making a choice to grow. Ask yourself, how would you live differently if you knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that your personal growth was crucial to the evolution of humanity? Would you still hit the snooze button on your meditation practice? Would you still avoid those difficult conversations that lead to growth? This isn't about pressure, it's about possibility. It's about recognizing that you're part of something magnificent, a cosmic unfolding that's been billions of years in the making. Your life, your growth, your awakening, it all matters more than you can possibly imagine. But don't just take my word for it. Start paying attention to the synchronicities in your life, those moments when you have a breakthrough and suddenly see it reflected in the world around you. That's not coincidence. That's the universe responding to your expanded consciousness. Here's a simple way to tap into this. Next time you're in a challenging situation, instead of just focusing on how it affects you, ask yourself, how might my response to this contribute to the growth of collective consciousness? Feel the shift in energy as you expand your perspective. This isn't about taking on the weight of the world. It's about recognizing your role in the grand cosmic design. Every act of kindness, every moment of self-reflection, every choice to grow instead of shrink, it all adds up. You're not just living your life, you're co-creating the future of humanity. You've got the power to bend reality, but chances are you're using it unconsciously. Like a toddler with a loaded gun, you're firing off reality-shaping thoughts without even realizing it. What if you could aim that power with pinpoint precision? It's time to wake up to your role as a universal co-creator. Remember how we talked about consciousness shaping reality at the quantum level? Well, it's not just happening in labs, it's happening right now in your life. Every thought, every belief, every expectation is like a brushstroke on the cosmic canvas. You're not just observing the universe, you're actively creating it. But here's the thing, most people are painting blindfolded. They're co-creating their reality without even realizing it. Imagine the masterpiece you could create if you took off that blindfold and started painting consciously. This isn't just some feel-good metaphor. It's backed by both ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. The zero-point field we discussed, it's not just connecting everything. It's responding to your consciousness. Your thoughts and intentions are literally shaping the fabric of reality. So how do you start wielding this power consciously? It starts with recognizing your true nature. You're not just a physical being having occasional spiritual experiences. You're a spiritual being having a physical experience. When you align with this truth, you tap into the infinite potential of the universe. Here's a simple exercise to shift your mindset from lack to abundance. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now, instead of focusing on what you don't have, visualize what you want as if it's already here. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the abundance. This isn't just positive thinking. It's aligning your consciousness with the universal flow of abundance. As you practice this, you'll start to notice changes. Opportunities will appear. Synchronicities will increase. It's not magic. It's you learning to co-create consciously with the cosmos. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. As you awaken to your role as a universal co-creator, you have to ask yourself, what kind of reality do you want to create? Are you painting a world of lack and limitation, or one of abundance and possibility? This isn't just about manifesting material things. It's about shaping the very fabric of your experience. Are you creating peace or conflict, love or fear, growth or stagnation? Every thought, every action, every intention is a choice, a brushstroke on your cosmic canvas. But don't get caught up in trying to control every detail. Co-creation isn't about micromanaging the universe. It's about setting clear intentions and then surrendering to the flow. Trust that the energy you put out will come back to you in perfect alignment with your highest good. As you practice conscious co-creation, you'll start to see the bigger picture. You'll recognize that your personal growth isn't just about you. It's part of the evolution of collective consciousness. Every time you choose love over fear, growth over comfort, you're contributing to the awakening of humanity as a whole. Imagine the possibilities if more people understood this truth. If we all recognized our power as co-creators, how might that change the world? It's not just about manifesting personal desires. It's about collectively shaping a reality of peace, abundance, and harmony for all. But it starts with you, right here, right now. Every thought, every belief, every expectation is a brush stroke on the cosmic canvas. What masterpiece will you choose to create? Your masterpiece is unfolding, but are you fully wielding the brush? Imagine if every moment was infused with divine power. What would your life look like if you truly lived as a god in human form? You've been on an incredible journey of self-discovery. You've learned about your divine nature, the quantum reality that shapes our world, and how to transcend your limitations. But knowledge isn't power unless you use it. It's time to step into your full potential and live as the divine being you truly are. Think about it. How would your day-to-day life change if you fully embraced your godlike essence? Would you still sweat the small stuff? Would you approach challenges with fear or excitement? This isn't about becoming perfect or never facing difficulties. It's about shifting your perspective and remembering your true power in every moment. Let's get practical. Start your day by connecting with your divine nature. Before you even open your eyes, take a deep breath and feel the energy coursing through you. That's not just air, it's life force, the same power that creates universes. As you go about your day, pause regularly to realign with this energy. Feel it flowing through you, guiding your actions and decisions. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how would a god in human form handle this? This isn't about ego or superiority. It's about tapping into your highest wisdom and potential. You might be surprised at the creative solutions and unexpected opportunities that arise when you approach life from this expanded perspective. Practice seeing the divine in others too. Remember, they're also gods having a human experience, even if they've forgotten. This shift in perception can transform your relationships, fostering deeper connections and understanding. Use your co-creative power consciously. Set clear intentions for your day, your week, your life. Visualize what you want to create, not from a place of lack, but from a place of divine abundance. Feel the reality of your desires as if they're already manifested. This isn't wishful thinking. It's aligning your consciousness with the infinite potential of the universe. But don't get caught up in trying to control every detail. Remember, you're co-creating with the cosmos. Set your intentions, then surrender to the flow. Trust that the universe is working with you, even when things don't go as planned. Those unexpected twists, they're often the universe delivering something even better than you imagined. As you integrate these practices, you'll likely notice changes. Synchronicities might increase. Opportunities might appear out of nowhere. You might find yourself handling stress with more grace or feeling a deeper sense of purpose. Pay attention to these shifts. They're signs that you're aligning more fully with your divine nature. But here's the thing. This journey never ends. There's always more to explore, more to remember, more to create. Keep meditating, keep questioning, keep pushing the boundaries of what you think is possible. Your spiritual practices aren't just nice add-ons to your life. They're essential tools for living as the divine being you are. And remember, your awakening isn't just about you. As you step more fully into your power, you're contributing to the evolution of collective consciousness. Every act of love, every moment of expanded awareness, every choice to grow instead of shrink, it all ripples out, affecting the entire fabric of reality. So ask yourself, how will you live differently now that you know who you really are? What masterpiece will you create on the canvas of your life? The power is in your hands, or rather, it is you. You are the power, the painter, and the painting all at once. You're not just a tiny speck in the universe. You are the universe itself, experiencing life through human form. Every breath, every thought, every moment. It's the universe exploring its own infinite potential through you. Mind-blowing, right? This isn't simply about making you feel good. It's the ultimate truth of your existence. So ask yourself, how would you live if you truly understood your cosmic nature? Would you still sweat the small stuff? Would you approach challenges with fear or excitement? It's time to step into your full power. See every moment as sacred, filled with divine potential. Your choices, your growth, your love, they're all shaping the fabric of reality itself. You're not just along for the ride. You're the driver, the car, and the road all at once. So what now? Now that you know who you really are, how will you live differently?